Afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well. So I just wanted to jump on again for another Friday lunchtime live. And in this video, what I'm looking to do is just give you 5 tips, 5 ways that you can boost your pension pot. So I'm an independent financial advisor, and I help people plan for their retirement as well as then plan while they're in retirement. And these are 5 ways that you can build up a bigger pot for when you do retire. So the first one is really pay more into your pension and save more into your pension. Sounds really obvious, but what I've seen over years of doing this is lots of clients get to when they want to start drawing on their pension pot and they're really disappointed because of the size of the pot. So then they blame all sorts of reasons for that. You hear it all about pensions not being worth it, all of those type of things. And it really, when they look at it, it's because they just didn't pay enough into it. A pension is just like any other savings. You want to be putting away money that you're earning now for when you want to spend it later in life. There are certain tax benefits to pensions where, so if you're a basic rate taxpayer, when you make a payment into a personal pension, £80, if you pay £80 into personal pension, then the very same day it's worth 100 because of the tax benefits that you get. The nature of saving for retirement is that it's a long-term savings, and therefore the money is invested. So because it's going to be invested, it will go up and go down, and over the longer term you'll get the benefits of being invested for that period. But really, essentially, it's still down to you need to be saving enough to build a big enough pot at the end that you can then draw on for in the years that you want to reduce your hours, or you don't want to work so hard, you want to do something else. So it comes down to making sure that you're saving enough on a monthly or annual basis. The second one is tied into that, and that's making sure that you're matching or you're benefiting from your employer's pension contributions. So now all employers will have to offer you the ability to save into a pension through work scheme. They also will have to make a contribution in there on your behalf, and you'll again get a contribution from the government. Now, lots of employers will actually pay more than they need to, and they'll often say to you that if you pay up to a certain level, they will match those contributions. So for example, if they said that actually if you pay up to 5% of your salary into your pension, they'll match up to 5%. So if you're only paying 3%, you're missing out on 2%. So it's making sure that you're maximising that contribution from your employer. Essentially, it's free money. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. So speak to your employer about how much they'll be willing to pay up to match your contributions. The third one then is looking at any existing pensions that you've got, and depending on when you took them out, you really want to be reviewing the fees that you're paying, as well as the performance of the pension funds that you're invested in. So there's been lots of changes within pension rules, and depending on when you took your pension out, the older type of pensions tend to have lots of or higher charges on them. And it may well be that the fund choice that you've got is pretty limited. So if it's in a real poor performing fund and you've not reviewed it, then it's time to have a look at those. And so if you've got lots of pots around, then one of the things that you can do is you could consider consolidating those all into one pension. That way it could be that you can reduce down the charges that you're paying. It could be that you get access to a bigger investment choice, and therefore better funds, but also having one coherent investment strategy. And then also it makes it a little bit easier for you to review and things like that. So that's one consideration. You do need to be careful with that when you're moving pensions around, because if it's an older pension, there might be certain guarantees, there could be certain penalties for moving. So ideally you want to seek some sort of advice regarding those sort of things. Number 4 is consider deferring your state pension. So if you do get to state pension age and you don't need your state pension, it could be that what you consider doing is deferring that, so not taking it when it's due to you. The rules around that's changed slightly, but now for every 9 weeks you defer your pension for, the payments increase by 1%. So over a year, that's just under 5.8%. So that's one of the things you can do. You can just consider just not taking it and deferring it until you do need it. Excuse me. And then number 5 is along the same sort of lines. It could be that you just need to work longer. You know, retirement's changed for a lot of people these days. When you get to the sort of standard retirement ages, people are fit and healthy, and they don't necessarily want to retire, but it's having a choice. So if you do need, you get to retirement and you continue to work, there's a couple of benefits of that. If you're continuing to work, then you've got longer to be able to still save for the day that you do want to stop working. It's also, it allows your pensions to continue to be invested and hopefully grow further, depending on how long you're going to defer them for. And if you continue to work on a part-time basis, obviously that has the ability then to top up your pension income if you are drawing a pension. So hopefully those are useful. There's 5 of them for you. There are other options available to you to try and increase that that pension pot or increase your retirement income, and I'll perhaps do another video on those. It's just worth reiterating that this is all information, so everybody's circumstances are completely different, so don't take this as advice, and if you do need some advice about your own personal situation, then you just seek out your trusted advisor. Hope that's all useful. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll speak to you soon.